What's up out there to all of my fellow gold diggers? This is your girl Rita, also known as the self proclaimed gold digger. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I am so glad to have you. But if you are a fellow gold digger, welcome back. Y'all know I love and I appreciate each and every one of you. Tonight, I am so excited about tonight. Tonight, I am going to be sharing with you my experience at InvestFest 2024. We are going to get into it, share with you the topics that 50 Cent talked about because he was the main attraction for the 2024 Invest Fest. So we're going to be talking about that as well as the other guests that were attending Invest Fest. Okay. But real quick, let me do my social media checks and then we are going to get started and get into everything. So let's see. Let me make sure I'm good. All right, I'm good there. And let me check one other place to make sure I'm good. And then we should be all set to go. All right, it looks like I am good there as well. Okay, so we are good. So y'all, once again, I always want to say thank y'all so much to all of my fellow gold diggers who have been rocking with me, as well as to my A1 day ones, but also to the new people who have subscribed to my channel. I love the new people. I love my old people too. But thank y'all for allowing the channel to continue to grow because without you, I wouldn't be getting all of my content out there. But I do have a small favor to ask of you. If you are enjoying my content, if you are liking what you see, what you hear, all of that good stuff, make sure you like and share the video. And if you've been checking out my stuff, but you're not subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. Okay. All right. So I got that out of the way. I told you I'm trying to get better about asking y'all to like and subscribe. So I'm trying to get better with that. Now, if you are new to Tipsy Tuesday, if this is your first time tuning in, first and foremost, thank you so much and welcome. But usually what we do is on Tuesday nights, we take some sips. And all I'm doing, I got my water again because I'm trying to stay healthy. So we take some sips as I share some tips. So be sure to grab your beverage of choice, make yourself comfortable as we get into it tonight. And we also have a Tipsy Tuesday theme song. I always say once you hear that theme song, that is your official welcome and introduction to Tipsy Tuesday. So here we go. Tipsy Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday. Get your tips and pass the dues. Say tipsy Tuesday. All right. So there we have it. Let's see. I see we have a few people joining in. What's up, guys? Hello, Denise. I have not seen you here before, so I'm glad to have you as a new face. And Notary World, she says, hi, girlie, let's go. What's up? And you are also a new face as well. Thank you so much for already chiming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new, so glad to have y'all. All right. Now, I do have a church announcement really, really quickly. So, like I said, if you're following me on YouTube, thank you so much. But also be sure to follow me on IG. So I am at Gold Digger Chick. Y'all know it's GOAL, and it's Chick with just CHIC at Gold Digger Chick because you'll get more of my content on a more regular basis instead of just seeing me on Tipsy Tuesday once a week. So be sure to subscribe to that. Now, one of the reasons I asked you to subscribe, because if you were following me before during InvestFest, I was posting to my stories, and I still have a bunch of more stuff I need to post out as well that I'll probably be posting to my stories over this week about some of the things that I experienced during InvestFest. So go ahead, subscribe on IG so that you can see some of that stuff as well. And y'all know I participated in the InvestFest business pitch competition, and I have my video of my pitch on my IG page. And so I want y'all to check it out and let me know what you think and how you think I did. Okay. All right, but let's get into tonight's topic, which is talking about InvestFest 24. If you do not know what InvestFest is, basically, InvestFest is like Wakanda. Like I'm joking, but it's like Wakanda. And honestly, seriously, y'all, when this is my third year going to InvestFest, it's only been going on for 4 years. I didn't go the first year. I didn't even know about it the first year. So I've been going for the past 3 years. I've always taken my kids with me to InvestFest. And our first InvestFest, I remember as we were coming in, and they have like these little escalators that go down to the level where InvestFest is. And all you could see was just all of these beautiful Black faces from up, like as you're coming down up top. So you're up top, and all you see down here is all this sea of beautiful Black faces. And I remember that first time that we went to InvestFest, my daughter was like, this is Wakanda. Like she was like, this is Wakanda. Like, and she was dead serious. So InvestFest, it is kind of like Wakanda, okay? Because it is just so wonderful to see so many people of color, of like mind, entrepreneurs, business owners, investors, whether it's stock market investing or real estate investing, just Black people wanting to do better for themselves and investing in themselves to try and just, become better and help their communities. So it is really, really wonderful. We always have a good time. It's like, it's not on any, nobody's on that BS or anything like that. It's just good, like-minded people for a good time. And they have different panelists that come and speak about different topics, whether it's real estate investing, stock market investing, if it's about your retirement accounts, student loans, business, like just helping your business grow, just different topics. And they usually have different speakers or well-known speakers or celebrities, and even ones that are not well-known, like maybe they're well-known in their industry, that come out. So I wrote down some of the past guests that have been at InvestFest. And InvestFest is sponsored by EYL. If you have not heard of them, it's Earn Your Leisure. They do have a podcast. They do Market Mondays every Monday night at 8 p.m. with Ian Dunlap, who is the master investor. So they give you stock market tips, just to help you with your investment portfolio. So definitely check it out. But EYL is just two brothers. Well, I say brothers, they're not related or whatever, but just two young Black men who decided to start educating their community about financial literacy. And I say, like, they literally are making financial literacy lit, for real. Like it's for the culture. They're making it or they're explaining it in a way where it's easy to digest, it's easy to understand, and just about anybody can get involved and start investing, or just being more mindful about their money, or looking into entrepreneurship. So check out their YouTube page if you have not already done so. Start following their content. Earn Your Leisure. Troy and Rashad, they've been doing this for a while, and they actually, if you follow them on YouTube, but they actually have like an actual community that you can join. And within that community, they also have different classes that you can take there about investments, business, self-development, that kind of thing as well. So EYL is definitely giving back to the community, is definitely doing things for the culture. And like I said, EYL is definitely making financial literacy lit. Okay. So please be sure to check them out. So that is basically what InvestFest is. They hold it every year. It's usually always in August, usually like the end of August, so like the last weekend of August. So check it out. Now, I wrote down some of the people that I can remember from me attending for the past 3 years that have been at InvestFest and speaking. So we had Tyler Perry to speak, and Tyler Perry hardly ever speaks, and he gave some very insightful advice. I think he was there the first year the second year of InvestFest, first year we went. Steve Harvey is always there. He's been there every year that I've attended. Of course, we got Ian Dunlap, the master investor. He's always going to give some kind of presentation about what you need to be investing in, what you need to be doing with your stock portfolio. My guy, 19 Keys, he is always going to be bringing the high level conversations to elevate your mind, elevate your thoughts, get you thinking on a whole nother level. This is another brother that you need to be following. If you don't know who 19 Keys is, look him up. He is on, I don't know if he has his own YouTube channel, but his high level conversations is on the EYL YouTube channel as well. So they are definitely great conversations. Now they are long conversations. Now I put mine at like 1.5 speed. Well, I don't listen to anything on regular speed, honestly, y'all. So I always have it on, 1.5, sometimes 2x speed or whatever, to listen to stuff. But definitely listen to him. He always, whenever a high level conversation drops, he is going to blow your mind in the best way possible. So 19 Keys, can't say enough about him. Egypt Sherrod, she's the real estate investor on HGTV. She was there at the second year of InvestFest, the first year that I went. She is very insightful. Like, if you see her show on HGTV, she is a very savvy businesswoman. Do not sleep on her. She's really good. Milan Harris of Milano de Rouge. She is, her own fashion designer. She has her own clothing line, and I like her. She is also a very savvy businesswoman. That is where I got the quote, go to sleep with, what is it? Write down your goals at night, or it's something to this extent. Write down your goals at night, so when you wake up, you have a purpose that you're going after. And that has always stuck with me since I saw her at the first InvestFest that I attended. They had my girl Tiffany, the Budgetnista. Y'all know I love her. We did a recap of her book, Get Good with Money. I follow her podcast, Brown Ambition. Anthony O'Neill, he also does financial literacy talks. He has his own YouTube channel. Rick Ross had performed my first year of attending InvestFest. Jeezy was there. Sean Combs, he was the keynote last year before all the stuff went down. He did not perform. He was just giving business advice and stuff, or talking about his businesses and how he got into that. Dan Cathy of Chick-fil-A has been there. So these are like billionaires. So Dan Cathy is a billionaire. I don't know if Don Peoples was there before, but Don Peoples was there this year. He's a Black billionaire as well, one of the 18 Black billionaires in the world, speaking. And Tyler Perry is another one of the few Black billionaires that are here. David Shands and Donnie Wiggins of the Social Proof podcast, I follow them. They were also at this year's InvestFest. So these are just some of the people who have attended InvestFest before. So it's like, y'all, it's like such I won't say an eclectic group of people, but it's like you can see hip hop stars and like just regular business people, investment people, and they're just all together and on the stage and talking about different topics. Now, let's talk about who were some of the guests at this year's InvestFest, and I'm also going to share some of my top takeaways, and I'm going to share with y'all about my experience with the Nipsey Hussle pitch competition. So they had, if you haven't been following me on IG, or didn't tune in last week to Tipsy Tuesday, they had a business grant competition where you could win $100,000 for your business, and it was sponsored by the Nipsey Hussle Foundation, the Marathon Clothing, and everything like that. So we're going to talk about that too a little bit later. But let's see. For this year's InvestFest, of course, we had Troy and Rashad and Ian. 19 Keys, of course, is always speaking. Black Sam and the Marathon team from, Nipsey Hussle Foundation and everything. Steve Harvey was back. He has been there every year that I've attended. Stephen A. Smith spoke. Of course, 50 Cent. 50 Cent was the highlight. So he was like the keynote, and he did not perform. He was speaking about his business, and I'm going to share with you like some of the gems and the information that he dropped. Damon John, he's on Shark Tank. He's one of the sharks on Shark Tank. Don Peoples, like I mentioned, he is the real estate tycoon who is one of the 18 Black billionaires in the world. Tyrese was there as well. he shared he has a new movie coming out. Lauren London was there. Pinky Cole, she has Slutty Vegan, the chain of restaurants and everything. Van Jones, the newscaster, reporter, however you say it. Wyclef Jean. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here's the other thing, not to downplay anybody or say anything about the people that some of these people who are in the music industry and how they have pivoted and changed their careers and just how they are into entrepreneurship and investments and stuff like that. Like when you are not producing music, or I won't say no longer relevant. Well, you're not hot as you were back in the day. It's like, how are you parlaying that to still make money? And Wyclef Jean, also Will I Am and the Black Eyed Peas, he was also there and just talking about what they are doing, and more so in the space of AI. AI was a big topic. And most of my takeaways came from AI. Y'all, the things that we can do with AI, and if you don't know what AI is, it just stands for artificial intelligence. If you don't know, you definitely need to tap in, okay? But Wyclef Jean, Will I Am, MG the mortgage guy, he is part of like the EYL team. He does more of the real estate arm. We're talking about real estate topics. Billy Carson, he spoke with 19 Keys. Check out the interview that he did with 19 Keys that has like the highest views, one of the highest views on, I want to say YouTube or the EYL channel. Terrence J, remember Terrence J of 106 in Park? Who knows, who remembers 106 in Park? Kenny Burns, Milan Harris was also there, and then David Chance and Donnie were there, but I believe only David was talking. And David Chance was actually my judge for the pitch competition. So really, really quickly, let's get into this pitch competition and my takeaways and my experience and just my wonderful feedback from that. So, and like I said, check out my YouTube, my IG page if you want to see the pitch that I did in front of my judges, one of them being David Chance. So initially, when the pitch competition came out, I heard about it. I didn't even know it was going on or whatever. I knew I was going to InvestFest. I had already bought my tickets like months ago when they announced it and everything. So I had gotten my tickets, just found out about the pitch competition maybe like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I don't even know if it was 2 weeks. I want to say it was more like a week and a half before you were supposed, like the deadline for submission was supposed to be in. So, because they were on David Shan's podcast, the Social Proof podcast, and they were talking about InvestFest, and they had mentioned the pitch competition. And so I was like, let me go check it out. Let me see, because I had watched the episode like maybe a week after it aired, a few days after it had aired. So I'm like, let me see if the pitch competition is still open. So I went to the page, went to the InvestFest page, saw that the pitch competition was still available, but that, the deadline was quickly approaching. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. I don't need to do it. Like, why? And I was really doubting myself. Like, why would my business participate in this particular type of competition? Why would someone even consider me for giving me 100K? So I was coming up with all kinds of excuses for why I wasn't going to participate in the pitch competition. Like, the deadline is coming up or whatever. You got to, let me see what all you got to do and all this kind of stuff. And like, I don't even know. And then I was trying to decide, what business I was going to do and everything. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. But then something told me, something I'll be telling y'all as well. I'm like, give someone the opportunity to tell you no. Give them the opportunity to tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was telling myself no in the moment. And I didn't even give them an opportunity to tell me no. So I was already counting myself out before I even, gave someone an opportunity to say no. We're not interested or whatever. But give someone the opportunity to tell you no. So I said all that to say the way the pitch competition worked is they said that they were like, you had to turn in your pitch, you had to do a video explaining like what your business was and what you were going to use the money for, and you had to post it on your social media page, and you had to tag you had to tag like EYL, a few people. It was like 3 different people in your post, so you had to do that. And that was part of your entry submission. So you had to have your video up posted so you can put the link in with your submission. And then it was a really simple entry form though, honestly, y'all. Like I said, I'm up here telling myself no, and it was like a very easy entry form. And I think you just have to put your name of your business, and what stage your business was in, and what you were going to use the money for on the actual entry form. And you had to show proof that you had a ticket to InvestFest, because you had to be like attending InvestFest or had purchased your ticket to be part of the competition and everything. Now, the rules were that they were going to select 100 people out of the people who submitted their entries in, and then they would take 50 walk-ins the day of. And the 50 walk-ins was supposed to be like first come, first served or whatever. But anybody who actually put in an entry and submitted it, they were only going to select 100 people. Y'all, tell me why I was part of the 100 people that were selected. Y'all, and imagine if I would have just went off of me telling myself no and not even putting an entry in. Like, I would have just counted myself out of the game. So I was super duper excited that I was part of the one of the 100 that was chosen, which just goes to show you just never know what opportunities await you. You just never know what doors might open up for you, but you can't close the daggone door yourself. Don't close the door yourself. Don't tell yourself no. Go after the things that you want, even if you're scared, even if you're afraid. Go after that thing and stop falling victim to like imposter syndrome or thinking that you're not good enough. That's what you think. Let them tell you that you're not good enough, but don't you tell yourself that you're not good enough to enter into a competition or do a thing or achieve a goal or whatever it is. Give someone the opportunity to tell you no. And that is literally what I had to tell myself. I said, what you're not going to do is you're not going to turn this down because you say that you're not going to enter into this contest. I'm going to say, we're going to let them tell you that you're not qualified for this contest, but we are not going to just shut our own selves down, okay? We are not going to hate on ourselves. We are going to go after this thing. So I was part of the 100 that was chosen. And then out of those 100 that was chosen, 3 people were supposed to be selected from the 100, and 1 person was supposed to be selected from the 50 walk-ins, so that there were ultimately going to be 4 finalists. And let's see. I see I have a couple of comments, so let me see that real quick because I've been talking for a minute, y'all. And I need to take a sip. What's up, Still Rocks? I see you commenting talking about Tipsy Tuesday. What's up? Good to see you. Black Gold, it's been a minute. I hope you've been doing okay. Thank you so much. She says, congrats. And April says, hi all. Hey, April, good to see you. All right, so thank y'all so much for joining. What was I saying? Okay, so it got narrowed down to the 4 contestants, and what ended up happening, y'all, they said that there were over, I think they said it was like 700 people who tried to walk in as first come, first serve. And what ended up happening is they ended up seeing all of those walk-ins. And I guess they chose 1 person out of those 700 to listen, hear them pitch. So if you were chosen, if you were part of the 100 that were chosen, and even the people who are walk-in, all we had was 1 minute. 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute is not long. 1 minute to do our pitch and explain about our business and, show how the money would kind of help your business and everything. So your girl did it, got it done in 1 minute. I was so proud of myself because, y'all, just coming up. Well, I shouldn't say this, y'all. I procrastinated. I didn't come up with my speech until like the very last minute. It was either I don't know. It was either the night before, the day. I want to say it might have been I don't think it was the day of, but it was the day before. I woke up early and I worked on it, and I hadn't practiced it or anything like that until like the day the day of the pitch competition. But I procrastinated about doing it. But I did it, y'all, and y'all would have been so proud. Y'all would have been so proud. That's why I say, y'all go to my IG page and check out the video that I did, because it's not the original, because I did even better on that day. I didn't fumble not a word. I didn't forget a word. I was looking so cute and everything. So I just knew, I knew I did a good job. And y'all, so many people after that, because there's some other people in the room, like the people who are waiting to speak, they were like, good job, and all this kind of stuff. So I felt really, really confident. So I'm so proud of myself and how I did. But let's talk about the people, but I didn't make it into the final four. So let's talk really quickly about the people who made it into the final four. One of them was a company, a guy who had a grant company, and I did see him pitch. So he must have been one of the ones chosen out of like my group, out of the room that I was in or whatever. So he had a grant company that kind of helps businesses source grants and find grants that are ideal for your particular business. The next finalist was someone who had a juice bar that had, the health benefits of, juice, and they wanted to get their juices out into the community and make it part of like sports teams and make it part of like SNAP and EBT benefits and things of that nature, and like WIC and stuff. So that's what their business was. Then there was a guy who he wants to create a wax museum, and he wants to have a wax museum of Black celebrities that are not always featured in the other wax museums. Now, this guy was on point. He was on point because Brother Man brought out a wax figure of Nipsey Hussle, and it looked like it. Now, mind you, I was not close to the stage, but from what I saw on the monitors, it looked absolutely amazing. And he did it himself. I think he said it took him 9 months to make it. So they had to take like a little break after that, because of course, Nipsey Hussle's brother was there and all that kind of stuff, because this is the grant in memory of him, the business grant in memory of him. And it was just amazing. So he did a phenomenal job. And then there was the final contestant was a young man, or gentleman, I should say, who has a boys' academy in New Jersey. And he was just showing how like he's been able to help so many boys who may not have made it in like traditional schools, high school, help them go on to college or pick up a trade and that kind of thing. So he was wanting the money to help his community in that way and everything. So everyone was very, very deserving of the $100,000 grant. The person who ended up winning it was the person who had the juice bar. So shout out to her, because she had a whole bunch of energy. She was so excited. Like you couldn't help but be excited and happy for her. So shout out to all of them. Shout out to everyone who participated, because like I said, it takes a lot. And speaking from my own experience, it takes a lot. You have to jump over a whole lot of hurdles to get through and get out there and go out there and pitch your business. And, even when people might be telling you no, even when you yourself might be telling you no, getting out there. But everybody was so deserving of the award. And I know the Boys Academy is probably going to get some help. The person, I think all the business up there's probably somebody in the audience or somebody who wants to partner with them and help their business grow in some way. And I know the Nipsey Hussle Foundation is definitely going to do something with the person who did the wax figure and wants to create that wax museum of him and everything like that. So those were the finalists and everything there. And April says, love the wax museum idea. Yes. And then Black Girl says, cool, wish I could have one made of my late fiance. Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember you had said something about being in the hospital and stuff too. So I'm so sorry. All right. But yes, everyone was so deserving of the award. Um, and so that was my main takeaway from the pitch competition was give someone else the opportunity to tell you no. And like the saying goes, experience is the best teacher. That is so true in the sense, not so that you're learning a lesson, but you need to experience stuff. You need to go through stuff, have the experience, and enjoy the experience. Enjoy the lessons that you learn while going through the experience. I think I shared with you guys before, like sometimes we're so focused on the end result that we don't take time to enjoy the journey and the experience that you have, like just getting everything created, ready for the pitch competition, all of that kind of stuff. I definitely appreciate the experience, the people I saw, the people preparing, all and seeing all of these people with businesses that are so hungry and wanting to win and help their business grow to the next level. Like just seeing that experience was is one of the best teachers, to see how many people are hungry, and just to see Black and brown people so hungry with so many different businesses and so many of their own businesses, that we are just trying to thrive, we're just trying to grow, and it's just very encouraging to see that. So I definitely appreciate that. So those were my takeaways from the pitch competition. Now, what you probably have been waiting on is to hear what I have to say about 50 Cent. All right. Now, 50 Cent, I told y'all, I shared with y'all what I read when I read his book. He had some good takeaways and everything. And he is a brilliant mind, brilliant businessman, very business savvy. But 50 Cent mind be all over the place. Okay. I'm just gonna put that out there. He even said it himself. Okay. So I didn't get as many videos of 50 Cent talking about stuff just because it kind of bounced from like topic to topic, and it wasn't, I just think I'll just leave it at that. But he had a wealth of knowledge to relate to us and everything. So one of my takeaways I got from the 50 Cent talk is something I mentioned before, is collaboration over competition. And that is so key. And what I mean by that, he talked about in the very beginning, he talked about how he received mentorship from Tyler Perry when it came to him opening his own studio. So, he is trying to, or I don't know if he's trying to, or if he's already opened up his studios, but he bought a whole lot of land in, I believe, Shreveport, Louisiana. And that is where he wants to put his studios, or already has his studios. And, he has, and I did not realize this, I believe he said he has 34 television shows, over 10 networks currently. I had no idea. Like that is a lot of shows out there. So he purchased all this land in Louisiana to help build his studios. And so I don't know if he reached out to Tyler Perry reached out to him, but he kind of showed him like, the blueprint. Like if this is what you want to do, this is like, I won't say my template, but this is the blueprint. These are the mistakes I made. This is where I've been successful. And that's just good to hear that, two Black men from vastly different backgrounds helping one another achieve the same goal. So it's like collaboration over competition. If we just reach back and help somebody to get to the next level, when we are successful, then just imagine how far we would be as a people. And I'm going to say this because I know these are my views. I know Tyler Perry gets all kinds of flack, and people be talking about Tyler Perry and talking about him and the movies he produces and the quality of the movies or whatever. This man is making money. Y'all, this man is making money. But not only is he making money, he's helping other people to make money by employing more Black actresses, not actors and actresses, but also like a whole production team. Like he is putting so many jobs into the community. So not only are the actors and actresses having jobs, the production team has a job, the maintenance crew that has to maintain the property, all of those people have jobs due to what Tyler Perry is doing. So say what you want about the man, but from going from homeless sleeping in his car, following after his dream, to buying this property that used to be the home of Confederate soldiers that would persecute Black people. And now you have turned it into a movie empire, or a network empire. That is something to be commended. I find that the people who talk about people and have so much to say about people have very little going on in their own lives. And it's like, maybe if you focus on you achieving your goals and you trying to do better for yourself, you won't even have time to look down and talk about someone. Because when I look at Tyler Perry, I look at, oh my gosh, look how far he's gone. If he can do it, I can do it. I don't see, I don't have any negativity. And the same thing for 50 Cent. Say what you want about 50 Cent. Like, some of his stuff, I don't, some of his mannerisms or the way he handles stuff, I don't agree with. But what I cannot dispute is that is a very savvy businessman that knows what he's doing. And if he can do it, I can do it. Both of them inspire me in ways that help me want to go after and achieve my goals and go at it with a different type of fierceness than what I had previously, just knowing all of the things that they've been able to achieve. So kudos to Tyler Perry, kudos to 50 Cent, kudos to who said two Black men cannot come together and help one another succeed. So that is a beautiful thing, amazing thing to know and see. Also from 50 Cent talking, what I also gained from him is don't be discouraged by no. He was saying, like, when he was pitching his different shows to so many different networks, especially like Power, and we talked about this when I talked about the book, he got so much rejection, but he didn't take it personally. He didn't think, badly about himself. If he did, he didn't mention it or whatever. He just realized, hey, this particular studio is not a good fit at this time. And I just have to keep going until I find someone who is a good fit for the TV show that I want to produce. So don't be discouraged by no. Just keep going until you find your yes. And that goes back to what I usually say. Every no is just preparing me for my yes. So you just got to be persistent and keep going after things, especially if it's something that you believe in, something that you feel strongly about, whether it's a goal you have, a dream you have. If you feel passionately about this thing and you know you want to see it and bring it to fruition, don't be discouraged because somebody else doesn't believe in your dream or your goal. Don't be discouraged if someone else says this is not going to be able to happen. Don't be discouraged because small-minded people cannot see your big dreams and your big goals. So don't be discouraged by anything someone says. Know what you believe, know what you want to go after, and go after and do that thing. So that was my takeaway from 50 Cent. Also, too, once again, shout out to 50 Cent. 50 Cent has so his Sire Spirits is the only 100% Black owned spirit company or liquor company or whatever. So kudos to him because he talked about that is a hard industry to break into because it comes from old money. Like old money, people have established different things. Certain brands are well established. They have a strong foothold in the industry. Even with Puff Daddy trying to get into it, like with Ciroc and everything, he didn't own the stuff outright. But 50 Cent has 100% Black owned spirit company, which he also quoted this statistic, and I'm looking at it to make sure. I want to say it's one liquor company, and I want to say it was Remy. They spend, I think he said they spend $63 million targeting African American males in their marketing. $63 million. That is an insane amount of money that you spend targeting Black males, Black people, and there's only one Black owned spirit company. That makes no sense. No sense to me. So you don't mind us consuming the product, but we can't own the product. So if anything, I know it's Tipsy Tuesday, you ain't got to drink no liquor, you ain't got to drink nothing alcoholic, but just be considerate of that The next time you go to the liquor store and buy you something to drink, be considerate of that. Be considerate of the ways that they target us and the ways that they use us and the ways that they are still using our black and brown bodies to make money. And we can't even break into the industry and use that money to start making money for ourselves. Just be mindful of that. Okay. Too many people are making money off of black and brown people. And it's time that we flip the script and turn the tables and started owning some of these companies or owning a piece of these industries so that we can start profiting, so that we can start making money, so that we can start leaving a legacy for our children and creating generational wealth. So be mindful of that. I've always told y'all, when it comes to marketing, these companies are strategic. They have invested so much money into making sure that we spend our money or that our money does not stay in our households, in our communities. So you need to be mindful of the ways that they are targeting you to have you depart with your dollar. Okay? Just be mindful of that and think twice the next time you're at the liquor store. If you try to support black people or a black brand, which is 50 Cent, and I get it. Sometimes it is, I won't say hard to support black people. When I say hard, I don't mean I'm not meaning what y'all probably think I'm meaning. It's hard because you have to make sacrifices when it comes to that. The product might be a little bit more expensive. That's what I mean. It's hard. It's like, oh, I got to spend a few dollars more in order to support this black brand. Go ahead and do it if you are in the financial means to do it, because in the long run, it will benefit our community. So just think about that. So that was my takeaways from 50 Cent. Let me see. I got a couple of comments real quick. And then I'm going to talk about, because I only have, guys, I've been talking too long. Oh, I'm so sorry, Black Gold. He passed last March. I'm so sorry. But I will definitely be praying for you. I'm glad to see you back. So hopefully seeing you back means that you are at least in a better space right now. But I know it cannot be easy. And then Black Gold also says, sounds exciting. Yes. So thank you so much. Yeah. If y'all can attend Invest Fest, it's in Atlanta. It's usually in Atlanta. I don't think they're going to move it. I know they talked about possibly moving it this year, but it ended up being back in Atlanta. I don't think they're going to move it. But if you can attend, it is definitely something to look into. All right. So my last takeaway, which I'm going to share with you, which is probably going to end up taking up the rest of the time. There were so many good things. There was a marketing panel that was really good. There was an investment panel that was good. There was a real estate panel with MG, the mortgage guy. When Damon John spoke, that was really good. Stephen A. Smith spoke with Steve Harvey, was kind of like interviewing Stephen A. Smith. And Steve Harvey, whether he's interviewing somebody or not, he's always going to drop some gems and some life lessons. And just having them kind of like bounce off of each other, that was really, really good. And as I mentioned before, definitely follow EYL on YouTube, because if you didn't attend the Invest Fest, eventually, I don't know when, I know they usually do it like maybe a couple of months or something later, eventually they are going to drop the interviews of the different panels and stuff that happened at Invest Fest. But it's probably going to be a little while before they do it. But follow their YouTube channel so you can see when it does happen. All right, so my next biggest takeaway, or the thing that had the biggest impact on me, or one of the biggest impacts on me, and it kind of really opened my eyes to the space, even though, there were aspects of the space that I knew about, but it really expanded my perception and just the capabilities of this particular space. And that was the AI, artificial intelligence panels. They did like 3 panels on AI. Artificial intelligence with different people. One was with Wyclef. Another one was with will.i.am. He has this, oh my gosh, he demonstrated this AI tool that was just amazing. like mind blowing. And I have to look in my note. I have my notes here that I took while I was at InvestFest. I have to look in my notes and see if I want to say I wrote down the name to give y'all the name of that AI tool. So here's the thing, and this was the thing. I want to say it was Wyclef John, it was XIA, who is, oh my gosh. So I first got introduced, I didn't even know her name, honestly. I first got introduced to XIA, it's X.EYEE, on 19 Keys high level conversation. That's what I say. If you don't check out 19 Keys, be on, when he say he on high level conversation, it's a high level conversation. He be on a whole nother level. Like 19 Keys is like light years ahead of all of us. Like we just trying to play catch up. The way his mind thinks is so amazing and so beautiful. And the people that he brings on, they are definitely thinking on a higher level than most people. And so I first saw her on 19 Keys podcast a few months ago or whatever. And she was just talking about different artificial intelligence and different things like the government does, because she used to work for she used to be in the military and in some capacity, and worked with their AI intelligence and everything too. And so I was blown away with her when I listened to the 19 Keys thing, but I didn't really know her name. And when I saw her on the panel, and she actually spoke on 2 of the AI panels. So when I saw her on the panel, I was like, oh, this is the person from that 19 Keys had. I was like, I know she's going to be dropping some gems, because she, like I said, she was just phenomenal. And she did not disappoint. She was dropping gems about just the technology of AI. And then she was on the panel with Wyclef. I want to say it was Wyclef, Van Jones, and XIA. Like I said, it's an eclectic group. Hold on, I don't want to get to lying. Let me see real quick. I'm just gonna pull it up. I got the I had the app on my phone, which told us all of the different speakers and stuff. And I'm gonna see if she was, yes. So yeah, it was, Wyclef, Van Jones, and XIA. So y'all, who would have thought? Like, if you looked at the panel, you would just be looking like, what in the world is going on? Wyclef with Van Jones and XIA talking on a panel, talking about AI. So Wyclef uses the AI in his music. Van Jones, he said a beautiful quote that I had posted on my page. And we're going back to what I said initially about what my daughter said about what InvestFest, when the first time we went, and she just saw all the people. She said, this looks like Wakanda. And so Van Jones made a quote when he was talking about AI, like close to the end of the panel. He was like, we can make Wakanda real. Like literally, we can make Wakanda real. Because he was like, Wakanda is just nothing but beautiful Black people doing beautiful things with technology. And they were saying, you need to tap in on using AI, because it's just so many things that you can do with AI. And when he said that, I was like, he is right. Like, this is like literally, we can bring Wakanda here through the use of us using AI, but we have to tap in. We can't be like scared of it. We got to just use it responsibly. And I know some people are scared of AI, because AI, like XIA was saying, it has capacity to do all kinds of, it has capacity to do a lot of good things, but if not used responsibly and not used by the right people responsibly, it can do bad things. But my thing is, when Chat GPT got really, really hot, like a year ago or whatever, when all of that was happening, I remember like at my kids' school, they were saying like, they were going to police the people, or I'm going to say police, I don't know what a better word is. They were going to crack down for any children that were using Chat GPT and that kind of thing to write a paper, and that they were going to, forbid it from being used in schools. When they first said that, I was like, I don't know why they're doing that, because Chat GPT is not going away. I said the better thing, and I told my kids that, I said the better thing they need to be doing is teaching y'all how to use this thing responsibly, because it's not going anywhere and y'all are going to need to use it to help you in the future. That's what I told. I said they don't need to be scared of it. I said they just need to teach them how to use it responsibly, because it's like the same thing with the internet. Like the internet, it could be used for a lot of good things, but there is a dark side to the internet that can be used for bad things, all kinds of stuff. Human trafficking, people getting scams, all that kind of stuff. The internet can be used for a lot of bad things, but it can also be used for a lot of good things. And just like with the internet, we had to teach the children how to use it responsibly, how to be careful of different sites so you don't catch a virus and all this kind of stuff, or you don't lose your money or get scammed out of your money. The same kind of thought process, the same kind of philosophy needs to happen to Chat GPT. Chat GPT needs to be in the schools. I won't even say there needs to be some kind of class, a basic level class, but the way Chat GPT or AI is advancing, it's going to outpace the curriculum anyway. But it needs to be in the schools so these children can learn how to use it responsibly. It's not going away. And I wish these administrators, educators, whoever is in charge of like curriculum can get that through their head so that these children, they could be so advanced if they use it responsibly. They could be creating all different kinds of things, like genius level stuff, if they know how to use it and use it responsibly. But trying to suppress it, trying to outlaw it, trying to say, no, you can't do it, that's hurting more than helping. And that's just my opinion. Whether you agree or disagree, it's not going away, but it can be used as a useful tool. And I'm going to talk about some ways that, they are using it to help you out, as well as some ways that we have to be careful and cautious with how it's being used as well. All right, let's see. I got some comments really, really quickly. April says, damn, everybody came out for this. You talking about for investors? Yes, y'all. It's y'all, the other thing is, it's quiet money there. This is not loud money. So yes, it's loud money in terms of like there are celebrities and different people speaking on the panel, but some of these people, investors and entrepreneurs and business owners, they're making quiet money. And when I say quiet money, meaning like they're not a celebrity, they're not out, they're not famous or anything like that, but they making money. And so it's like you better get with it and get yourself surrounded by some of these like-minded people so that you can get mentorship or make a connection or network with these different people, because there are brilliant minds out there, amazing people doing amazing things and just helping people in their community with their businesses and everything. April says, Earn Your Leisure is the 19 Keys podcast page. I want to say, so Earn Your Leisure is like they have like a YouTube network where they feature different people on their page, and 19 Keys, his high level conversations is usually featured on the Earn Your Leisure page. Now, 19 Keys has his own page, but when a high level conversation comes out, I believe I'm like 98% sure it goes through like the Earn Your Leisure YouTube page. And then Notary World says, I'm going to go next year. Yes! I sell feminine hygiene products. That's awesome. Oh, who do you sell it with? What's the company? Is it Jewel? Because I might need to connect with you. But so yes, and here's the other thing. Thank you for making that comment, Notary World, because this is the other thing. I went to I will say this about investments. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on because it's all day classes, like from 9 all the way to like 7, almost 8. Like we didn't leave to like 8 at night or whatever. So it's like a full day of classes of different panelists, different speakers, and that kind of thing. And then there's 2 different stages. So these people that I'm telling you about, they were on the main stage. There's also a second stage, a smaller stage, which is going to be like a more intimate group. I didn't check out anything on the smaller stage this year because I said I'm just gonna focus on the main stage because it's just a lot. It's a lot going on, and it's like you gotta pick and choose. So you can pick, your stuff. Last year I was trying to do both and everything, and it was just too much. There's also stuff going on in like the vendor marketplace. So they also have, of course, the vendors are there, but they also have like little small panels and stuff in the vendor marketplace too. So it's a lot of stuff. And then they also had like little workshops this year and networking stuff. So when you go, they don't put the schedule out, like they put the schedule out maybe like a few days in advance. So you don't have a whole lot of time to decide what you want to do. But I was like, this year I'm just gonna focus on the main stage, and that's what I did. But to what Notary World was saying, there is a vendor marketplace. I did check that out on Friday after I finished doing my pitch, and I kind of just walked through to see who I was there. Now, I will say this: most of the vendors did not really speak to me. There was one guy who actually like stopped me and spoke to me, and I let him. I wasn't interested in his product, but I let him do his pitch, and I wished him the best. And I was like, well, at least he got some practice of spilling, pitching his business or whatever. I'm not interested, but I was very polite and listened. And then I kindly said, that sounds great. I wish you all the best. And, walked away politely. But most of the vendors, they were not speaking to me. Some of them looked like I won't say they looked like they were scared, like, cause I would smile at them and they would smile. It looked like they wanted to say something, but they didn't say anything. And I just kept on walking because I was just trying to see what all was there. But usually, because EYL is trying to support entrepreneurship and business ownership, they always usually bring whoever the keynote is through the vendor marketplace to see the different vendors, and you don't know who might be able to support your business. So 50 Cent was the keynote or whatever. So he came through the vendor marketplace and got to see the vendors and what people had to offer. So it is even if you just are a vendor in the marketplace, it is a good experience. Also, any of the other high profile people, they usually encourage them to check out the vendor marketplace. So I think probably like Van Jones and Wyclef. Well, I posted a video on my stories. Wyclef was out in the marketplace, and there was like a double dutch group, and he up there jumping double dutch and stuff. So being a vendor, if you have a product, it would be good to set up in the marketplace, because you get an opportunity to see these people up close and personal, and they might actually support your business or purchase your product and everything. So yes, definitely check it out, Notary World, next year. I don't know what the vendor fees are to set up or anything, but yeah, check it out. April says, I'm ready for the great Wakanda migration. Yes, it is such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. And Notary World says, I'm listening to you and utilizing Chat GPT. Awesome. That is so amazing. But y'all, it's so much stuff, different apps and stuff that you can use as well. And it's just, the capabilities are mind blowing. Oops, hold on. April says, yes, we love private wealth. Still Rock says, sounds like an awesome time. It was. It is a good experience. And finally, like, I've been bringing my kids every year. Finally, it's finally clicking with them. Like, they're finally getting it. Like, it's finally sinking in and soaking in and everything. And me bringing them there has not been for nothing. They are finally getting it. Still Rock says, not being negative, do you think it was too many awesome speakers? It's not information overload. I don't think it's information overload, because they're talking about different topics. Now, it can be it's information overload, or it can be when you're trying to do all the different things. Like what I was saying, like trying to go to the smaller stage and check that kind of stuff out, and then trying to get back to the big stage. It was too much. That's why I said this year I'm just gonna focus on the main stage. But I will say this: the main stage has more of the overall big topics that they're talking about. The smaller stage has more like niche topics. So they talked about like crypto. They talked about like entrepreneurs starting a new business, that kind of stuff. So if you have something like specifically, or it's more niche, you probably want to check out the smaller stage if it has something that is of interest of you. interest for you, because it's going to be more of like the specific topics going into stuff. But the big stage is going to talk about more of the big, broader topics. And usually, like when the keynote comes, like when 50 Cent comes, they don't usually have anything else going on the smaller stage so that everybody can see that keynote speaker and everything. So it is a lot of information, which is why I took notes so that I can reflect back on it and process it at a later time, because there's no way I'm going to be able, because like I said, it's a long day. Like I feel like I'm still tired from it. It's a long day. And it's a lot of energy and stuff like that. And they have after parties. I don't go to any of the after parties because I'm here with my kids and stuff like that. But they have like VIP night. They have a party every night or whatever. And that's what I said. It's like they are literally making financial literacy lit in like the best ways possible. So you just kind of have to pace yourself and maybe pick and choose what you want to attend. Like I know that Sunday morning I didn't attend some of the morning sessions or whatever. There was like maybe one or two morning sessions I missed because I was like, I'm not as interested in the information, but I made sure I got the later sessions. So you get to see the schedule and know what you want to attend or go to, and then you can use your time in different ways. My company name is the Sweet Yanni. Okay, I thought it was Jewel. All right, awesome. Well, if you go next year, let me know so I can stop by and support your business too. And then Denise asked, was Wall Street Trapper there? No, he wasn't. And I'm surprised. I don't know what's going on. He was there the first year I attended. But these last 2 years, I have not seen Wall Street Trapper there at all. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. So, but yeah. Y'all, I know we are over time. Real quick, because I didn't even get into the AI stuff. But just know, we need to use AI responsibly. There are so many wonderful things you can do with AI that can streamline your business, different apps to use. Like I said, will.i.am was talking about an app he used. I want to say it is, let me look it up for y'all really, really quickly in my notes. What was that app? Nehemiah Davis was also there. Okay, the app that will.i.am had was FYI.ia. So FYI, so like for your information, .ai, sorry, FYI.ai. And it was just, oh my gosh, that app was so cool because he was like, yeah, I feel you, fam. It was like talking to you like a regular person would talk to you. And then you can even switch up. And at first he was talking like somebody with a British accent or whatever, the AI. And then it started talking, I guess he switched it up, and it just talked like somebody's like homegirl who was talking to you and stuff like that. It was so cool. And it's like you could, and the questions he was asking, you know how with Chat GPT, you got to be kind of specific for it to like, get you the stuff that you want. And then if you're not specific enough, it's not going to give you the information that you want, so to speak, or you won't have to filter through stuff. So, because you have to be really good at prompting the Chat GPT. So he was just saying like random stuff, and the thing was able to like cut through the BS and still give you an answer, as well as like theorize about stuff. So I forget what he had asked about, but it was like, okay, with us knowing this particular theory, what do you think we should do, or what policies do you think we should make regarding this? Excuse me. And the thing would come up with stuff like, and it was just amazing. It was like it was thinking, like Chat GPT usually is gathering information that has already been posted on the internet or that's already out there. This was like a next level model that was like actually interpreting what was already being said, what was already being used. And it seemed like it was thinking, in real time, so to speak. So it was awesome. So that's why I said there are so many great things that can be done with AI. XYA though she was saying there's a lot of great things to be done, but we just need to make sure we use it responsibly, make sure our lawmakers know about it so that the correct policies can be made to make sure that certain companies are not abusing it or misusing our information to in the wrong ways and everything. She talked about like how there are some police forces and stuff that are using the AI and the capabilities that can have. They talked about, she was saying that there used to be some robot that they had introduced to us, and they showed like the robot just doing flips and, you know, somersaults and that kind of stuff. And now this robot is possibly could be used for like the military or on a police force. And now instead of them showing doing flips, they're showing the robot. She was saying they're showing the robot doing like push-ups and stuff like that. So all kinds of things of that nature. And then also she was saying that they have like these robotic dogs that are used to patrol different spaces. She was saying that one of the gas companies, I want to say it was Chevron, uses it to patrol their oil plants, I guess to make sure, you know, I don't know, nobody's stealing the oil or anybody's not doing anything. But she was like, just be mindful of that and the capabilities, like they could put different weapons and stuff on the dog to be able to use. And she like jokingly said, like, imagine being chased down by like some robotic dog. Like you ain't gonna be able to outrun a robot. But it was just her messaging of saying, she said, don't worry. People are thinking like worried about the robots coming. And she said, the robots aren't coming. They are already here. So that's why I say AI, it's here. It's here already. And we need to learn how to use it responsibly. We need to learn how to utilize it in the best way possible, that is so that it's going to be beneficial to us as well as not detrimental. And we need to make sure like the policymakers, people in government are creating the right kind of laws to make sure that it's being enforced properly. And she was also saying that the way that Chat GPT has been taking, not Chat GPT, but you know, AI in general has been taking off, is that they don't have certain policies in place already just because the technology has been advancing so quickly. So, but it's been building up for a while. Now it's just skyrocketing. And she was saying that it's just more in your face. Before it was in the background, things that you didn't really notice, like, you know, Siri, Google, because Google is nothing more than AI. Like how are they going to find these results so quickly in a matter of seconds or whatever? That is AI. So a lot of it has been more in the background. Now it's just becoming more in our faces where we can actually see the different stuff that is going on. But let me see. There's no more comments. I don't want to talk any longer since I've already gone over. But yes, if you get the opportunity to go to InvestFest next year, like I said, it's usually in August, the end of August. Definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. At least make the investment into yourself so that you can better yourself. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that has been interesting. I hope it gives you a little glimpse inside of what InvestFest is like. And if you enjoyed this, y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe if you are not already subscribed to my channel. All right. And I will see y'all next week for another Tipsy Tuesday. Take care, guys.